Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. My name is Joe. I'm here to give the discussion on the four dimensions of CQ, on developing the four dimensions of CQ, which we learned this week from reading the first two chapters of Leading with Cultural Intelligence, The New Secret to Success by David Livermore. The author does define it, cultural intelligence, which is what CQ stands for, as the capability to function effectively across national, ethnic, and organizational cultures. For those of us who have been able to travel the world and visit other countries, this is a good pattern of behavior and learning that we can encounter. He does break it up into four-step cycle, which is around a circle. It's number one is the CQ drive, CQ knowledge, CQ strategy, and CQ action. CQ drive will be addressing what is your motivation for this assignment. CQ knowledge, what cultural information is needed to fulfill a task. CQ strategy, what is the plan for this initiative. And then CQ action, what behaviors do you need to adapt to do this effectively. The author does state that most nonprofit and corporate leaders are serving customers whose taste, behaviors, and assumptions are not only different, but are often in conflict with one another. And that most of us will readily agree we are also interested in behaving in a more respectful, humanizing manner to the people we meet throughout our work. I found these references to be true because even in our local organizations or even our local work life, when we're in the United States and we're not traveling about, we do find these moments of conflict that may create tension or distress. And I think the true meaning of not only respect and love, it's just loving one another. It's just to understand where everybody's coming from, their worldview, and understand what the culture is, what offends them, what does not offend them, and what is reasonable. He does give 5 reasons for cultural intelligence. I'm going to name them as understanding the customer, managing personnel, recruiting talent, adapting the leadership style, and overall communicating respect. According to a lot of the leading executives who have taken on this practice, this is the most consistent reason that they have identified to develop cultural intelligence. The author does also state cultural intelligence helps us learn how to work effectively with people who come from different cultural orientations, which is also true. Even when we're traveling about, we kind of got to figure things out on our own, at least from my experience. Maybe if I reflect on it, I visited France. I always know France as a hotspot for food. And some of the stuff that we hear here in the U.S. is quite questionable when it comes to a French culture or a European culture. So I guess the better behavior would be to kind of be neat about it, respectful, and ask questions to further your understanding of what's going on, even where you're when dining in a restaurant, especially about their food. Seeing as how this can help prevent any misdiagnosis or misunderstandings when traveling for work, or any it can prevent you from harming anybody else's experience, and it can provide a light in the situation for everybody who is involved. Here, Livermore does says there is the emphasis of cultural intelligence. That the emphasis of cultural intelligence is that through learning and interventions, everyone can become more culturally intelligent. So when you're dealing with workshops or diversity training or things of that nature, even though they're not might not be successful all the time, there is the fact that there might be a deeper sense in developing a strategy that conquers. I remember the example from the books when he discovered one of the CEOs in one of the organizations had a bias, or he was prejudiced against overweight people, and only through leading to more depth could the author understand that. The CQ strategy, which is the one I chose to develop, will be is a metacognitive dimension, and it allows us to draw on our cultural understanding so we can plan and interpret what's going on in any situation. To be successful and to lead a successful implementation or change in that manner. The author does suggest that feedback from others works as a motivational source for continuing the development of our cultural intelligence, as is not a static ability. It's a morphing one. It continues to grow and morph with our understanding. He also expressed that curiosity is a good way for understanding and listening. Um, Again, learning and interventions. It takes a lot of effort and work to develop these skills and behaviors, and we can also learn from mistakes. After all, education is the best antidote. So, whatever information we can provide for our peers and for ourselves could help us out in the long run and eventually in the future. To prevent any other issues. I think that does it for this discussion. I'm looking forward to watching your videos and learning a little bit more. Thanks.